This time we have a Aztec 1v1, so that's nice to get away from Huns for a change, but it's kind of hard not to find mirrored matchups, as probably everyone who looks at recorded games will know that 99% of games are mirror civs, and when they're not, they're generally shit games. So let's have a look at what we've got. In the red, we have Air M Abu, of course, playing as the Aztecs, and we have Mr. Yo playing in the blue as the Aztecs as well. There's a few things that we can see from Aztecs, and there's quite a few options they actually have, so you really have to be on your toes when you're playing 1v1 against them, because of course the first thing that can get you nice and early is the Drosh. Very, very common as Aztecs, so generally you can see someone Drosh, and then they can wall off in Feudal or Dark, depending on what they plan on doing, but generally Drosh into Blacksmith and Archery, and then they will up into Castle Age, generally speaking. And then they can either boom and go in for Eagle Warriors, or they can go for some kind of crossbow harass, which is generally quite common as well. But generally you can see that real big boom, especially if they know the opponent's going for archers. Eagle Warriors can be a really effective thing. And the reason you would go Eagle Warriors is because, of course, if the opponent chooses not to Drush, they'll generally be flushing, and as Aztecs you don't really... Well, I guess you have quite a bit of option. You could go Spears or Men-at-Arms if you really wanted to, but definitely in there, it should be a kind of Archer thing going on. And of course they do flush with Archers. Generally it means they're going to be keeping producing Archers, of course, unless they see you going up and then decide to boom up as well. But Eagle Warriors can do quite well at taking out all those crossbows, things like that, especially if you catch them unprepared. If you go Imp nice and early, then you can just flood their base with that posse of Eagle Warriors, and we all know how that generally ends. So if we look quickly, we can see Air M Abu going for this wall off nice and early, actually, really early wall off from him. And Mr. Yo, no barracks yet, but we're only at 7 minutes, so that's no biggie. Has seen his opponent's sheep here, and is actually stealing them. Ooh, not so much. Oh, lamed. He has been lamed. Anyway, there's that. Barracks going up for Abu. Barracks going up for Mr. Yo. Looks like Abu's going to be the first one with militia on the field here, and it looks like he's going to try and keep to the front of this hill as well. Try and defend it there, of course, because he does want his opponent attacking down it, which is fair enough for him. Let's just check out the resources quickly before the drushing starts. Just judging, I'm thinking there's going to be some drushing. Gold in the back for Mr. Yo, wood in the back as well, another wood in the side. Berries over here, not the worst positioning in the world for berries. Then again, it's still pretty bad. There's not a lot of surface area on them. Gold up here on this hill does have no real stone in his area, actually. He's going for this wall off as well. Another gold towards the front, but apart from that, his map's kind of nice. The other stone, of course, being over here in the back, and he can wall that in quite well. Abu, however, gold here, gold here, gold here. Stone here, so it looks like pretty much everything's going to be outside his wall off here. He does have one gold patch, which isn't as bad as it could be, I guess, but still, only one gold patch inside the wall off. Not going to be making life easy if it comes down to a big kind of castle war, where both players are going to be needing that gold, and if Mr. Yo can keep Abu in his base, going to be quite a bit of trouble there. Let's have a look at the militia counts. Going for the 5 militia plus the Eagle Warrior. Mr. Yo is going for 3 by the looks of things. And saying that, though, is not going up, so he could decide to still go for more militia. Over on this side, Abu is not going up either, but he's got his 5 militia out. Eagle Warrior is returning, so we're about to see this kind of a fight go on here. Mr. Yo looks like he's going to try and keep it quite defensive here. And yes, he is going for the 5, there we go. He's got to really try and wait until this wall off comes up, because once it gets to there, it's going to be a lot harder to get in, as you can imagine with a wall there, but he's going to be able to repair it and keep these militia out for quite a long time. However, this militia here will get taken out if he's not careful. Trying to use this hill advantage here by the look of it, but if we see Air actually managing to take this hill here, this is actually quite a big deal, because it means now if Mr. Yo engages, especially without his Eagle Warrior there, it's going to be at quite a loss. Here we can see he's trying to get back on top of this hill here to get the advantage back. But Abu playing a great game here, getting into the top, trying to keep these militia busy. Might actually be able to take this villager if Mr. Yo isn't careful here. And let's have a look at the engagement. Ooh, might get 1 or 2 hits there. Might be able to disturb this gold mining actually. Wolof is going down, but the militia and Eagle Warrior are already inside. Abu has already fully walled off now. Mr. Yo still not going up. Abu not going up yet either. But then again, it's only 12 minutes in, really. In come the militia. Ooh, it's really just another positioning war here that we seem to be seeing. Because, of course, positioning in this can make it a lot. Ooh. Gonna get a few hits in that villager there. Nothing too big, though. Might actually be able to engage these militia here. Yes, getting a great position there, actually. This one looking like he's going to come to the top, but moving back downhill, it looks like this is going to be a good engagement for Abu right now. This is actually going to be a pretty damn good engagement. Losing 2 militia, still got that Eagle Warrior there, nearly killing all of his opponent's units though. Looks like this villager will actually be taken out if it doesn't retreat, and it's retreating there. Anyway, quite a good engagement there for Abu, keeping 3 militia and an Eagle Warrior alive to harass this gold with. Going to be quite helpful for him, especially if he's delaying his opponent getting that gold up to get into the Castle Age. Abu's still not taking gold, looks like he's actually moving to it now, so a bit delayed going over there, but with 3 villagers on it, he should be fine. Actually, even more than 3, he should be more than fine to go up. Forcing an engagement here with the villagers might actually be able to take one out. However, it does look like this villager here does have the heal advantage slightly, but getting that one there. And how are these villagers doing? Might be able to pick that one of these 2 off. It's definitely a possibility right now. Saying that though, the Eagle Warrior and Militia, well, the Militia's on full health, but the Eagle Warrior is quite low, and he's going to be needing that to pick his opponent's units off if they decide to run past the town centre or to it. But right now, it's definitely going to be a hard one. And yeah, another engagement with the villagers there. We can see though, Abu doing quite a good job at just keeping them busy as such. That's really what he's doing right now. And it looks like he's just getting some general scouting information, and now the wall off is complete by the looks of things. So it looks like we're going to see a quick castle age from both players right now, so we can just kind of speed along and wait and see if anyone does anything interesting, really. Yo, hitting up now. What are we seeing? Archery range. We should be seeing a blacksmith as well somewhere. Blacksmith, where are you? There we go. So archery, blacksmith, and then up, I'm guessing, by the amount of food he has available already. I was saying that he actually just spent quite a bit, but I think he'll be alright. And going on with another archery. So it looks like Mr. is going to be going for some Castle Age fighting there with the crossbows. Just saying that because he's got the 2 archeries down already. Abu going for 1 archery, going for a second one actually. Has he got a smith yet? Yes, he does, but he is actually starting production of units here. So this could be interesting, especially considering he knows that Mr. Yo's going for the full wall off. I guess he's already on his way up, but still. I guess, you know, he's on his way up. He may as well start attacking already. So I guess in that case, he's going to be pretty delayed on getting those extra town centers up, because of course he is spending that wood on archers, unless he stops. But still, Mr. Yo might be able to take this one in Castle Age, just because of the fact he might have a better economy. But no, producing archers as well. Looks like both players are going to be going for some crossbow harass here. So it's really going to come down to Micro and how well they're just managing their economy right now. 1 militia still out for Mr. Yo, that's kind of nice. Looks like he might just spot these archers here. Yep, he's going to see those guys coming in, hopefully on the minimap. And he'll be able to defend accordingly. Abu will be up before Mr. Yo, which means he's going to have that crossbow advantage. Look at that, extra pieces of wall going down, definitely a smart play. Abu, there we go, going up, could try and get through here, but again, this area across here could be just walled up again. So it's not really that big a deal. Looks like running quite low on wood actually, and I don't think he's actually going to be able to afford an extra town center. Crossbow on the way, Fletching just finishing up there, and only just having the resources for Bodkin right now. Let's actually check Abu, what's he going for? Crossbow's done, Bodkin's done as well actually, that's interesting. Still producing all those crossbows, no sign of a second town center from him. Mr. Yo's same dealio by the looks of things. So it's really going to come down to how well this is microed by both players. We do see that Abu does have the kill advantage here, but Mr. Yo might be able to get a surprise attack here. Saying that though, Abu does actually have the extra range advantage here. Mr. Yo doing some fancy micro there, that's 2 for none so far. This is actually great. Oh, bit sloppy there, but still. That first bit of micro there was absolutely fantastic. See how this ends up. Getting another one, still hasn't lost one, very nice, all still on quite high HP as well, and it looks like Abu actually getting out of there, knowing he can't match the micro right now. And heal advantage there as well, that's definitely going to be quite a good bonus. And Mistio successfully defending with advanced micro. That's always a nice thing to have. We do have this one militia down here beating the shit out of this house because, well, he's got to be doing something. Mr. Yo, are you still producing archers? It looks like he is. But I think he's saving up for more town centers. This is an interesting one, actually. He's got a lot of wood there, but hasn't gone for another town center yet. And there we go, placed up here, and it looks like he could go for another one as soon as he can afford it as well. House slowly getting beaten to death, and over here, another micro war going on. Mistio doing quite well, using that hill advantage as well as he can. And looks like he's going to take this one just and force a retreat from Abu right now. Definitely a plus, but saying that he will be outnumbered up over here, and he may be forced, yep, retreating out of there. Town center is up. Abu, do we have another town center yet? We do not, by the looks of things. And that will be interesting. Town center is up for Mr. Yo. Is he going to go up to a third? Look, judging by the amount of wood he has available right now, I will be saying so. Ooh, it's... Alright, he has enough wood. Are we going to see one go down? Where's it going to go down? If it does... Still a lot of wood available there, actually, and it looks like he might put on this stone out here, actually, the way he's going, or up here on this wood. Could be a few different options here, and Abu's first town center, well, second one, first created one, going down on this gold mine at the frontier. Definitely a smart idea, because like I've already said, if Mistio locks him into his base and is stuck on this gold, Mistio is just going to be able to flood gold units until his opponent's just trash, and then after that he'll take it quite easily, because as we know, gold units beat trash quite easily. There's the town center going up for Mr. Yo, brilliant on that stone there. Of course he will be looking to get some castles up in defense, and of course he could even potentially drop one on his opponent. Looks like we are going to see a little bit of housing there, but still nothing too bad. Looks like Abu is going to be moving out across the map. Siege Workshop actually going up here, so it looks like he's going to try and get quite aggressive right now. Mr. Yo moving out at the wrong time by the looks of the thing. Could potentially lose a villager or two here depending on how quickly he reacts. No, actually going to be able to save those ones. That was extremely lucky, actually. Checking out this piece of the maps. How are we doing? Archers for Mr. Yo still in the way. Abu doesn't look like he's changing into anything. However, is he going up to that third town center? Not yet. Mr. Yo currently on 76 population, Abu on 71, so it is still quite tight. However, it's going to really be interesting here. Monastery actually being created now. It looks like Abu could be starting to think about going up. He actually has a lot of resources available to him right now. He could actually plan on going up. That's interesting. That's really interesting, actually. He's got a lot of farms there. This is definitely a good option for him right now, especially if he manages to spam Eagle Warriors into his opponent's base. Ooh, he has the resources. And there we go, he's going up. Alright then, we're going to see quite a quick Imperial from him. Mr. Yo not looking anywhere near going up, so this could be an interesting one here. Could be an interesting play. It's all going to come down to this harass that Mr. Yo manages to get. Has got his first armor upgrade, whereas Abu has not. And he might be able to win the engagement here just if he uses his hill advantage. Go on, Garrison. Ooh, it's a close one. Over on this side, looks like a Mangonel over here, actually taking out a lot of archers from Mr. Yo. That's not a good sign. However, he is ahead in the points, but his opponent is going up to Imperial Age. We do have to remember that. That's a really important fact here. And he's still managing to get a nice little bit of harassment with these crossbows, which is nice, but he's going to need a lot more, especially if his opponent starts going into Elite Eagles. Mangonel here, missing, getting one of these crossbows, but I think he's very lucky there, getting there just in time, but still losing two crossbows there. Not the best micro in the world, but of course he is everywhere at once at the moment, and looks like a little bit of splash getting onto these guys, but might get that last, yes, getting that last crossbow there. Some great micro there from Mr. Yo. And there we go, barracks are already on their way up. Let's actually have a look at what he's researching in the Smith, if I can remember where it is. Nothing, alright, fair enough. But still, looks like there's one crossbow here trying to go to town on these guys. Alright, so he does have his second armor upgrade already. This is going to be a big tip-off for Mr. Yo right now. He's going to be able to realize that his opponent's going to Eagles. So hopefully he's going to be able to get a defense up in time. He's going to either need to stonewall extremely heavily, get some kind of I don't know, like a longsword play going, or spam the hell out of some archers just to be able to defend. Because once those units start coming out, it's going to be quite a big issue. Alright, let's see. Abu just hitting the Imperial Age there. Mr. Yo looks like he has constructed a market, so he should be going up. Yes, he is. And let's go back to Abu. What can we see? Eagle Warrior. No elite yet. No final armor upgrade on the way. So Mr. Yo still in with a chance here. However, the Aztecs, as we know, do have quite a good economy, especially late game. So they're going to be able to really start to get ahead then. He might get a 2-for-1 here. He got one. Ooh, getting them there. 2-for-1, definitely a good option there. What's that monk converting? Ah, you're converting Eagle Warriors. Interesting choice. Anyway, over here, it looks like Mr. Yo does have the superior economy. But still, with all those extra Imperial upgrades, I don't know how much it's going to matter. Forcing the garrison of this town center here, and hopefully this area gets walled off nicely and stays like this. Going to be an interesting one right now. How are we doing for armor upgrades? Still doesn't have it. Still doesn't have elite, actually. And elite just happening then. That's quite good timing, actually. And just waiting on that last armor upgrade. Give them the 4+4 pierce armor, and that's when things start getting really dangerous. How are we doing here, Mr. Yo? What's the plan of defense? Please don't tell me it's just pure monk. No, that's a relic. Good. Anyway, what's the plan, Mr. Yo? Mr. Yo looks like he's going to be going into his own Eagle Warrior style flood. And of course this is going to be hard right now, but he really just has to defend and hope that he can hold off until these Eagle Warriors of his own manage to get in. He is starting to create them. However, his opponent on elite Eagle Warrior plus that extra armor upgrade gonna make it really hard to defend against. Eagle Warrior, Eagle Warrior, Eagle Warrior, Eagle Warrior, any elite? No elite Eagle Warrior yet. Smith going for forging. That's an interesting first choice. Usually we see the armor upgrades. Ram is actually coming in now, and alright, all the armor upgrades have been done for his opponent. Forging is done. So it looks like he's got the +1 attack, +1 defense. This town center looks like it will be taken down, sadly. So Mr. Yo really has to think about this. He's actually about to lose a lot of villages. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of villages lost. This is really going to hurt his score right now. Elite Eagles from Mr. Yo as well. No, armor upgrades still on the way. Losing a ton of villages over here. This is not good for him. This is starting to look really bad for Mr. Yo right now. And it looks like the Eagles are going straight out to his opponent. Actually walling himself in here. That's an interesting one. And it looks like he actually managed to do a fakie there. Managed to force Abu actually to run those Eagles back. Well, he's actually got them still here, and he might be able to just head them off. Upgrades are still really heavy in favor of Abu though. However, if he can get in here and get some villager kills, that's going to be quite a big deal. How are we looking? Chainmail on the way, so that's the second armor upgrade. More and more barracks going up for Mr. Yo right now. He might be able to reclaim this one. It's going to be really tight, but still, it's definitely on the cards for him, especially with the micro we've seen from him. Over on this side, over on a wolf, this could be interesting to see if he actually puts some barracks up over here and starts flooding Eagle Warriors from another side. Relic being lost from there. However, more Eagle Warriors are running out across the map right now. And Mr. Yo really just going to have to start picking his engagements. Going to have to start playing extremely smart and efficiently. How are we doing over here? Still on to this stone. Looks like he's trying to get a castle up, because of course if you can get that +4 attack from the Aztec unique tech, that's going to be quite a big deal. And it looks like Mr. Yo actually decided to fight under this town center here, which is interesting because he doesn't have all those armor upgrades yet. You really, well, still I guess he's still got 4+2, that's still quite a bit of armor, but it's still an interesting one to try and use. Forcing the garrison of all these town centers though, smart idea. More villagers out on the gold over here. How is he going to do this? Market slowly getting taken down over there. Lots of Eagles actually out for Abu right now. Currently 400 points up, which is quite a bit considering. And it looks like these... Yep, it looks like he's going to manage to get a distraction there. Don't know exactly where he's going to be able to get in though. Could try and bash down this house that Militia was working on earlier, but no doubt there will be an... Yes, there will be a repair job done, and of course a bit of wall come up earlier, but it's going to be close. Ooh, it's a close one. That was a very, very close one there. Mr. Yo could win well, probably won't win, honestly, but if he gets this heal advantage here, it'll definitely be a big deal. He'll be able to do a lot better than he would be able to without it. Lots more eagles still currently on the way. Plate mail done. Forging, well, plate mail on the way. Forging has been done. Trying to prevent this castle coming up, and the harass by Mr. Yo is actually being great right now, luring his opponent away from all these key areas so he can attack, like we can see over here, stalling on these golds, forcing the garrisons of this town center, potentially going to lose this one here even. And which we see plate mail done. So now he's got that 4 armor, which is also important. Could see blast furnace. Yes, there we go. And all we're waiting on then is the elite tech, and he's nearly got the gold. I think he actually does have the stone to put up a castle. Because he's definitely been mining it for a while, unless he sold it all off. Yeah, I can't see it. Anyway, it looks like Mr. Yo actually taking the win over here. Castle being forced up by Abu right now. And there we go, castle going up over here. This town center over here being taken out. Mr. Yo doing a great comeback here, playing extremely efficiently and just harassing his opponent everywhere. Trying to delay this castle for as long as possible. Snipe quite a few villages here and... yep, forcing them to all garrison inside, but still losing that. Mr. Yo moving out onto this gold already. Of course, he is going to start getting quite desperate because his main one over here has been used up, and he doesn't exactly have a lot on his spare one over here. And of course, this one over here didn't have the best surface area. It's not in exactly the nice place, so he is going to need to expand out as quick as possible. Castle is up, so that's going to delay him for a little bit until he decides to either just attack the bottom of it or bring in some kind of siege equipment. Saying that, there's no siege workshop on its way up. His siege workshop that he did plant down over here has been taken out. And he might just go for economy harass and try and win it completely on that. Saying that, he is actually in through this side over here, which is quite a big deal. Going to be able to run in, harass this lumber over here, potentially kill off a lot of these farming villages, and then we might see the GG. Jaguar Warriors actually out for Abu right now. This is a big thing. Jaguar Warriors, as we know, are pretty much the direct counter to Eagle Warriors in an Eagle Warrior war. Well, in an Aztec war. So, that's an interesting one there. Definitely a smart play by Abu. Only problem is they don't... well, they aren't produced extremely quickly, but they are quite strong against Eagle Warriors, which is exactly what he wants, especially when they've got all the upgrades. What are we seeing? Monastery come up. Looks like he's going to try and get that relic back. Still no signs of a castle anywhere. The harass, though, has been amazing so far, and the Eagles are just outnumbering the Jaguar Warriors so much right now, it's not really even that big a deal that they're there. So this right now looks like it's all over for Abu. Honestly, I don't know what he's exactly going to do right now. Can't have much of a plan left. Let's actually swap over to his view and see how many he's actually got in here. He's actually got no Jaguar Warriors in there. He's starting to run extremely low on gold because, well, this is where all his gold is coming from. And he's just lost his first town center over here, and this one's been harassed so much he hasn't been able to deal with it. Another town center going down over here. He does have enough to put up another castle, but I don't know if it's going to matter right now. The only thing that he really can do is try and produce those Jaguar Warriors, and even then he doesn't really have the resources to be able to put out a constant supply of them. Looks like this town center over here will be next to be killed off by the Eagle Warriors. There we go, gonna go down quite quickly, and this is actually looking like a closed game right now. I have no idea what the hell Abu thinks he can do right now. Of course, he can go for that massive Jaguar spree like we're talking about, but at the moment, he is starting to get some gold back in, but he has no economy left inside his walls at the moment. He's lost all his town centers except this single one. Well, actually, he's got one over here now, which is kind of nice, but still, he's only got the 2 left. Well, Mr. Yo is completely thrashing everything he can find, expanding out to this town center over here so he can use the gold, and apart from that, we're just really at this point, unless we can see something absolutely amazing from Abu, I don't think there's any chance left. He's going to have to be able to do something completely amazing. Town center over here getting taken down. It looks like there's going to be an assault over here with all these Eagle Warriors. 54 population for Abu currently, and Mr. Yo 154. So it looks like the advantage is definitely in favor of Mr. Yo now. Checking out the map quickly, expanded to that gold, it's used up all this stone over here, hasn't expanded back to this one, but then again the castle's probably blocking it. Abu losing his town center over here. Jaguars coming in for, well, to die. That's really the only reason they could be coming in. This section over here is only alive because these castles are up. That is the only reason. If Mystio decides to put a siege workshop down, it's GG. Well, it's actually been GG for a while now, but it's over. And there's that one over there. I heard a siege workshop. Yes, I did. There we go. Looks like we're about to start seeing siege be production. Yes, there we go. Cap ram on the way. Battering rams being created. And it looks like this is it, guys. Just watching these Evil Warriors slaughter off units. Jaguar Warriors here actually having quite a big advantage on the top of this hill, but still just outnumbered so badly they can't really do a lot. Cap ram, and actually going long swords, that's an interesting one. But then again, they do have 9+8 attack, so why the hell not? Two-hand on the way as well. Definitely moving into probably one of the strongest units you can use as Aztecs, and that is the champion with the +4 attack. And Abu actually resigning before we got to that stage, which is kind of sad, but still quite well played by Mr. Yo. Definitely dealt with that early pressure quite well. Abu definitely in there with a good plan, but just didn't manage to get enough damage done. So I hope you enjoyed the game, and it's nice to see a little bit of Aztec war every now and then.